Welcome back, focused learners. So let's jump right into this explainer. The darkness hasn't just entered the Forgotten Sanctuum, it has completely consumed it. We're looking at an absolute threat cascade in Chapter 13 of No Respawn. The safe zone is officially dead. The white marble floor is turning black, those ancient golden pillars are literally cracking apart, and the glowing books that used to orbit the ceiling, they're falling from the sky and just bursting into ash. The very fabric of this sanctuary is unwinding in real time, leaving our players completely exposed. Which brings us to this chilling reality. The Crimson Hound steps into the fading light of the sanctum, with Mimic Alpha and 12 colossal silhouettes waiting right behind him, and he delivers this devastating line to the first Guardian. There are no laws anymore. The developer rewrote them. In just one sentence, delivered with this absolute quiet confidence, he shatters any remaining illusion of safety. You know the rules that kept the monsters at bay? Yeah, they just don't exist anymore. Section 1, the end of the rules. So the first Guardian realizes the developer has gained administrator authority. Now, what does this actually mean? It means the developer isn't just managing the usual lit RPG game elements anymore. Things like spawn rates or loot drops or player stats. No, it has the power to control and rewrite the foundational rules of existence. As the Keeper whispers, they're too late. If the underlying code of reality can just be rewritten on a whim, the ground beneath your feet isn't even guaranteed to catch you if you fall. Absolutely nothing in this world is safe, and the game has shifted from this predictable system to an active, malevolent god. Moving into Section 2, Guardian versus Crimson Hound. The sheer scale of the Crimson Hound's brutality here is just staggering. His new weapon, the chainsword, is forged from hundreds of crimson chains tightly woven together. And get this, every single link bears a name, thousands of names in total. As the hunter calmly explains to the boys, this represents every single player he has successfully killed. It's his personal, weaponized collection. It proves he isn't just some mindless monster. He's a calculated, incredibly successful apex predator who literally wears his lethal history on the blade he wields. Then, suddenly, the first Guardian vanishes. Moving faster than the eye can even follow. The clash is deafening, just this massive explosion of golden light colliding with crimson lightning. And the Guardian actually forces the Hound backward, drawing black blood and cracking his heavy armor. But there's a crucial, terrifying detail that Arjun notices during this explosive fight. The Guardian's glowing sword is dimming. Even though he's pushing the hunter back, the immense effort is draining his power. With every single strike, his golden light fades just a little bit more. He's growing weaker, while the enemy, well, he only seems to be getting started. Section 3, a memory lost. While that Titan clash is unfolding, Mimic Alpha doesn't just attack, it fundamentally confuses and terrifies. First, its body splits into a single clone. Then it rapidly multiplies to 5. Within moments, it fills the entire sanctuary with 20 identical copies. And they perfectly mimic the boys. They have the exact same bleeding wounds, the same panicked expressions, the same desperate voices. It's total psychological chaos, as these clones start grabbing the real players, screaming in terror that they are the real ones, making it completely impossible to tell friend from a fatal foe. The Keeper screams at them not to listen, warning that the clones actively copy memories. But one clone tricks Kabir using an impossible, deeply private detail, a childhood memory about crying over a lost game. Kabir hesitates, dropping his guard for just a fraction of a second, and the clone's fingers instantly turn into long black claws, violently piercing Kabir's shoulder. Kabir instinctively erupts with black flames, turning the clone to ash, but the damage is already done. It triggers a catastrophic system warning. Status effect: deep corruption, memory consumption increased. What's your name? Kabir looks at his best friend, Arjun, and asks him this with total, devastating sincerity. He isn't joking around. The black flames that saved his life came with a tragic, permanent price. They consumed a piece of his mind. Imagine looking at the person you trust most in the world, the person you fought beside this entire time, and feeling nothing but a blank, empty space where their identity should be. It is an absolute emotional gut punch, just a profoundly human loss right in the middle of a literal war zone. Section 4, Nightmare Mode activated. The Guardian manages to drive his sword right into the Crimson Hound's chest, forcing him to one knee in this blinding pillar of golden light. But the hunter, looking almost impressed by it, reaches into his own cracked chest and pulls out a tiny, pulsing crimson crystal. And it all happens in exactly 4 seconds. 1 second, the hunter crushes the crystal. 2 seconds, every remaining golden chain in the sanctuary snaps at once. 3 seconds, the dead clock in the center of the hall begins ticking for the very first time. And 4 seconds, an ancient, deafening mechanical voice announces the core system is online. We are forcefully ripped from the standard system, those familiar, safe blue lit RPG windows managed by the developer, straight into the terrifying reality of the core system. Suddenly, every prompt, every interface screen turns a deep, bloody crimson. It's an ancient mechanical voice, something vastly older and larger than the developer, overriding all permissions and initializing a final patch. And echoing over all of this, the developer's distorted, mocking laughter, gleefully stating that the player's request for a challenge has been accepted. This cascade of failures leads directly to this inescapable system prompt. System update complete. New difficulty selected, nightmare mode. The boys can only stare in pure disbelief. As Kabir whispers, they didn't choose this. They've been stripped of all their agency and forced into an impossible difficulty spike entirely against their will. The very fabric of the game system, the environment they rely on to survive, has officially turned completely hostile toward them. Section 5. The architect descends. The sky isn't just splitting from lightning. Something is actively trying to descend into their world. A colossal hand, larger than mountains, emerges from the swirling crimson clouds right above the shattered sanctum. Its fingers aren't made of flesh or skin, they're covered entirely in shifting, glowing code. It's physically reaching down into the Forgotten Sanctum, moving directly toward our 5 players. And for the very first time since we met him, the mighty First Guardian sounds truly, deeply afraid. The Guardian realizes it's the architect, and he delivers a final, chilling warning that just freezes everyone's blood. Don't let it see your faces. This completely flips the power dynamic of the entire story. They aren't fighting back anymore. They literally can't. They're utterly defenseless against an entity of this magnitude. All they can do is try to hide from the devastating gaze of a godlike being reaching down to grab them. Which leaves us with this final impossible question. With the rules rewritten, the core system awakened, and the architect watching, how do you survive a game that is actively trying to erase you? Let that sink in, take a breath, and get ready because we're going to unpack exactly what happens next in our future explainers.